Texas, go that, yes, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, go that, me, yeah.
Don't get the dark, cause the feds on it. Don't get the dark, cause the feds on it. Get down.
Touchdown in the new town, I already feel that it's eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns, they already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get tough, put my goose up, I will not live in apology. I wish you lose my opportunity.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. There he goes, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
First down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Jones going to change it up here. Up the middle with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a 2nd and 2. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones caught along the left side by Hyatt. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 27-yard line.
Willis looking to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards the pickup there. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it.
When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Malik Willis keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Willis on 1st and 10. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. And this is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught at the 20. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Again, he'll drop to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Last play of the half. Here's Willis. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Last play of the half. Willis. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go play action with Willis. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now they'll change things up. A handoff left, McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Kittle. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now here's Samuel on the end around. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 15 yards. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Now Jones. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready? Cougar 19. Check smash. Check Warrior 70.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, he scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Giants 7. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Throwing Jones.
1st down, New York.
Hyatt there to grab it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Back to throw again. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line.
First down, New York.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll look to throw again. It's caught by OBJ. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Gano for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 47 yards rushing for him now, and what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
In motion right is Hopkins. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Play action. Willis. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 48 yards. And the 49ers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The Giants first down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. And now they'll shift things around. McCaffrey on the toss right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Now behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 43-yard line.
Now Willis to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And quickly they get to the line.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's a quick throw completed by Willis. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. He's got room at the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the 1st. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Nifty move. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 12 brings up 2nd down at the 12-yard line.
2nd down, here's Willis. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling.